a screenshot of Mamba's face the last time we were on here compared to this one. It's like a 180. But hey, Mamba, I'm gonna be on some real.
Crying.
Yo, y'all have core player leadership. Y'all have dudes that have been there. Y'all have dudes that know what it takes. And you have players that can take over the leadership of that team. The only not strong point, I think, and I've always thought, even with last year, was Nick Sirianni. That was the only one.
I mean, there's so much talent. It still goes down to there's so much. It's almost too much. I don't think the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl because there's such thing as too much talent. It's simple as that. It's like having T.O. on your team next to Randy Moss. It ain't going to work out.
You remember Steve Nash, Karl Malone. No. I mean, Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Kobe Bryant, and Shaq.
Yes. And they were like, oh, we're all 39 years old. Let's flame out except for Kobe. And Kobe's like, I'm going to ball out. And everyone's out like, we got our Hall of Fame, man. We don't need another ring. We're good.
You're right.
It's bad. Like, and the fact of the matter is there is arguments for weeks on end that the top 2 wide receivers in the NFC East were both on the Eagles. That's since been disproven by a margin.
Up to like week 4, bro. They were sleeping on CD up to like week 4 or 5.
Even Scary Terry with the garbage play in Washington, he's still got a
Let's give people time to think and share, because you can't say that CD wasn't going to be a breakout player this year. Yes, AJ Brown was leading it, but you said it best, week 4. You can't judge a team based on week 4.
Oh, yeah. I was laughing when they were saying that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Let's get this started.
And to say too much talent, let's not take away from the dream team of 1992 and what they did to the world. So you can have the talent. Do you have the coaches that can utilize the talent the correct way? And the answer right now is Nick Sirianni has not done that for the past 6 weeks.
All right.
We'll address
that. That's enough said. Let's get this started. I brought you the Skyboxx. I brought you Michael C's views on Instagram. Now I brought you Rise Above. And now you're welcome to Epic Perspective, where we give our epic perspective in an imperfect world. This is the NFL Playoff Roundtable edition. Let's go get it. It's me, Michael C., the source of light over the mic. Now let me introduce my cast. First, I brought him back, y'all. He said he wanted to come to the playoffs. He's a playoff coach. He passed his prime. He's in his twilight, y'all. I brought him back, y'all. He said he's ready for the playoff. He's buttoned up. You already know who it is. My guy, Coach Twilight. What's good,
up, y'all? Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get him.
You already know. Next. He shakes the ropes like the ultimate warrior. He came for the playoff edition. He said it's time to button up, get our hats ready. You already know what it is. Yeah. I know, Mamba, I know. We stumbling into the playoff, but it ain't nothing. We still 11-6. We still ready to ride. Let's go. You know who he is. Mamba in the building. What's good with you, guy?
Hey, let's go, man. Let's get it on. Twilight said it best. Let's go.
Next. Now, when you walk into his basement, you don't see a Dallas Cowboys shrine. You see the new NFC East champions. This guy, he's not just a Dallas Cowboy fan. He's a Dallas Cowboy realist. My guy, ZACK KUMLER. What's good with you, fella?
Nothing, man. You know, the NFL script, you know, the fakeness of the NFL has been rewritten again. 19 seasons, new champions.
Congratulations. And last and not least, when I stick out the arms, you already know he does. He runs through my veins, y'all. He runs through my veins. Another congratulations to the Dallas Cowboy fan, a Dallas Cowboy realist. My God, needs no introduction. My God, DARREL T. Let's go. What you got?
Here we go.
You already know.
If you know, you know.
You already know. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. Well, I got to get right into it. You already know. Again, this is the NFL Playoff Roundtable Edition. So for the next couple of weeks, me and my guys and my ladies are going to be coming at you with all our NFL insight as just an avid fan. First, I got to check in with my fellas, and then we're going to get right into it. All right, let's first start with Coach Twilight. Coach Twilight, how you doing there, guy? How's everything?
You know how we do, man. We get ready to do this all-star tournament in April. You know the kids. It's all about the kids. I want some of the best kids in the North regions. I got New Jersey, Delaware. I got Massachusetts, Maine. Of course, I got Pennsylvania on lock. Come on through.
You already know. Next, I gotta see how my guy doing. I mean, y'all won the NFC East Championship. He just tucked in his baby girl, and now he's coming out here on the pod. What's good with you, Zach? What's popping with you?
Not much, man. Christmas is done, so those 5 hours of building stuff on Christmas Eve is over, and looking forward to the new year.
Salute to you, my friend. I don't know how you did that, because you remember that conversation you and I had. I was like, yo, dude, there's no way you're getting that done.
Three and a half hours, 4 different screwdrivers, a lot of drinks. And these instructions were like step 1, step 2, step 17, refer to step 3.
I remember those days.
Even Cole's like, I'll help you put it together. I'm like, nah, Cole, you can't. It's not a piece together. You got to go through the steps.
Yep. And you did it. You gave us, you showed us, here's the picture. Boom, on Christmas Day. I know she was there.
4 hours of sleep on Christmas Eve. That's where it's at.
Hey man, all you have to do is see that smile on the face. That's all you need, brother. Next, he shakes the ropes. Like the ultimate warrior. My guy, Mamba. How you doing there, guy?
Hey, what can I say? The Eagles look like the Phillies from the 1960s. You know, you're in first place leading the division, and the next thing you know, you look up and you see Dallas up top. It's like, wait, what? So the reality is they're not as good as everybody thought they were.
I don't know what to say, but Jim Caldwell said it best. Playoffs? Yeah, right.
We're lucky to be there.
You ain't never lied. Last but not least, my guy, run through my veins. DARREL T, what's good with your fella?
Hey, you know what I mean? I'm good. We just kind of, count down the days. NFC East was a great accomplishment, but was never the goal. We all know the goal.
I know that's right. Well, here my fellas is doing good. They getting geared up. They getting ready for the playoffs. They know what's coming up. But do we? Either way, we'll be back right after this.
Introducing the energy drink, the ultimate energy drink. Packed with natural ingredients and a powerful kick, the Hubby keeps you energized and focuses with the crash. Try the energy drink today and experience the true power of energy to www.w.gg. Click below for the discount code. Use coupon code Michael C.
We're back, we're back, we're back. You already know who it is. Michael C., the source of light over the mic. You already know I got my guys. You already know I got my guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Finally, we are at the NFL playoffs. Again, this is something to behold. Great season. This has been a great regular season. But before we get into the playoffs, I need to ask my two gurus. First, I'm going to go to my guy, Mamba. What's a standout moment in the regular season? Talk to me.
I think Houston establishing themselves as a team. And under the leadership of both DeMeco Ryans, their head coach, and their standout quarterback, being a Big Ten guy, Penn State all the way, we are. Ohio State proved it with CJ Stroud, man. The kid came to play this year. He earned those paychecks. He looks good. There's room for growth, and that team, there's something to look forward to over the next 5 to 10 years.
Let me ask you something, Mamba, when it comes down to it. I really want to ask you something with this Texans team. Are they capable of beating the Browns?
It comes down to what Cleveland team shows up. Is it the Cleveland team that can stick around with Baltimore, or is it the Cleveland team that's going to put up a goose egg on teams they're supposed to beat? I mean, this game's being played in Houston. That favors them a little bit. But at the same time, does Houston have enough firepower to last through? I don't know. That Cleveland defense, if they're running on all cylinders, and not to mention Flacco. I mean, who would have thought Flacco would have the last 4 weeks of the season the way he did? It's a tough one. It's a toss-up right now. But I do see the Texans as a team of the future, no doubt.
Zach, I want to even go a little bit further with this playoff game here between the Browns and Texans. I want to ask you, how impressed are you with Joe Flacco just by coming off the couch and in 4 weeks just lighting it up and getting them into the playoffs?
You know, what's funny about this is, and I don't know if you remember, but I told you week 1, the best quarterback in the draft was CJ Stroud. I don't care what anyone says. So as impressive as it is that he's come out, he's balled out with tanked out, and one of the best defensive minds in DeMeco Ryans, because he's actually played the game at an elite level for many years, and he knows the on-field existing game, not the theoretics of it. Joe Flacco coming out and throwing for, 1,500 yards and only playing 6 games, and everyone's like, oh, you argue these guys sitting on the couch at home don't got anything left. There's all these up-and-comers that are a million times better. That Browns team is for real with Joe Flacco at the helm. If they had Nick Chubb, I'd say this was a slam dunk. They're going to beat the Texans. But I think DeMeco Ryans will find a way to stifle Joe Flacco, and CJ Stroud is just going to ball like it's the the national championship. He's going to go out, going to throw for 300 yards, 350 yards, because it doesn't matter who his wide receivers are. It doesn't matter if it's Noah Brown. It doesn't matter if it's Tank's injured, but it don't matter who his receivers are. He's going to ball out.
By listening to you guys are looking at the Texans. I want to, Coach Twilight, looking at it. I would have to say also the Texans is a surprise team right now. But is there any other team that has even surprised you that made the playoffs this year?
Green Bay. I really wasn't expecting Green Bay. Looking at what he's doing, Jordan Love is trying to mirror the newest Aaron Rodgers that he best possibly can with the numbers. Now, is it really fact? Time will tell. And plus, being a Cowboys fan, don't tell nobody. I'm still a Dak hater. I think that the Cowboys are going to pull this out because of the immaturity that Jordan Love's going to bring. But he is doing his best Aaron Rodgers impression, which entails the best Brett Favre impression from Aaron Rodgers that he's learned.
So looking at that with Green Bay, DARREL, that Green Bay and Dallas game, it's at 10.5 right now. Do you think it's going to be a walkthrough?
Nah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think people forget that Green Bay was 6-8 at one point. They were like fourth in the hunt in regards to the playoffs. So they're on a little bit of a streak and they're feeling themselves. But I mean, at the end of the day, Jordan Love being a first-year dude, like this is an accomplishment. He can go back to Green Bay and run the town for the summer. Even in a blowout in the first round, bro, let a first round blow. Bro, people don't, there are steps to this. There are steps to being good teams in the playoffs. You have the rarity and the exception of teams coming out of nowhere and doing really good. It's like, bro, playoffs are just a different animal. It's win or go home. The pressure is just different. And I mean, as much as they lost in the playoffs, you know what I mean? Dak knows what that pressure is like, especially down in Dallas, where the pressure ain't bigger than, I feel like pressure ain't bigger anywhere than down in Dallas.
There it is.
But I mean, I feel Green Bay's gonna give a way better game than people expect. I wouldn't be surprised about a blowout, but you know what I mean? Who knows? Dallas has gotten creative over the past 27 years.
Hear me out. And you know, I'm an Eagle fan, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna be a realist. If you're 16-0, I mean, yeah, they really haven't beat too many people at home, like playoff teams. But I'm gonna say this right now: they're gonna win 42-17. They're different.
I don't look. Mike,
bro, these teams are in the playoffs for a reason. These teams are like, there's no bad teams in the playoffs. Like people kept saying all we were beating was tomato cans all year. Bro, there's no tomato cans in the playoffs. Like the biggest tomato can has a coach that's never had under a 500 record. That's the worst team. And they have that. So
look to that receiving core in Green Bay. Reed,
they're fast.
Watson, Dubes.
Watson
these guys,
got 3 on us last year. Remember,
right? I'm just saying these guys literally are a collateral of receivers that possibly would not be a number one on any of the NFC East teams. The Giants are that like coin flip that they might be, but none of these dudes would be a number one on any of the NFC East teams. Yet, super talented guys and can do all. They can run the ball, they can catch, they can block. They're gamers. Right, Twilight? That's what you call them. They're gamers. They're ready to roll.
I support that fully because, you know, just watching anybody who can block, catch, and run, they're on Twilight's all-star team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. There's a little bit of doubt in Dallas, but at the end of the day, they really do feel they're going to go through the first round.
No,
and with that being said, we'll be back right after this. We're back. You already know who it is. It's Michael C, the source of life over the mic. You already know I got my fellas. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. Since we're talking about the NFL playoffs, well, we got to go to my team. There's no way we're not going to talk about the NFL playoffs unless we go to the NFC, and then we have to go to Philly. Mamba, I want to ask you a question because I don't know about you, but I have been watching a lot of sports media in the last 6 weeks. Hasn't been anything good if you're an Eagles fan. What is going on with the Philadelphia Eagles as a fan? And how do you think we can fix it?
How can we fix it? Well, we have a Cheshire cat looking in on us right now. who's grinning ear to ear because his Cowboys showed you how you fix it. You play football. You play with heart. You play with determination. Your defense, you let them loose. You let them play downhill. You play players who are inexperienced so they gain experience. You don't get beat on 90-yard plays at the end of the game. You don't play 10, 11 yards soft zone off of receivers on 3rd and 3. I mean, I could go on and on all day. I mean, as a person who played this game and as a person who coached this game, and I'm thinking there are high school coaches out there now just screaming at the TV, and I know Twilight, who wants to say something and will back me up on this, they do not game plan. They played without heart. They forgot they're professional football players, and after the game, it was always a generic excuse instead of stepping up and saying, we are not as good as what people thought we were or how we started the season. And it is my responsibility as the head coach to fix this and put the best damn product out there on the field, and I'm not doing it.
Twilight, I want you to elaborate a little bit further with that, but I also want to ask you this. Would you be shocked to seeing us play Dallas in round 2 or round 3, which would be the NFC Championship?
Great coach. Great coach said this is the NFL, which stand not for long if you keep coaching the way you're coaching in Philadelphia. Now, that being said, I would be shocked because he's already checked out. If you all show up, he's already checked out. And it's sad because I've known Philadelphia for many moons. Buddy Ryan, Richie Cote. Oh my goodness gracious. I could go down the list and they all had the same thing. They came out still fighting. They went down fighting. This coach is gone mentally, spiritually, and I think he may have packed his office up already because they were talking about firing him already.
Here's a question I want to ask you. If I gave you a list, Coach Twilight, and I ran down an accolade to saying, in the first 3 seasons, I won 12 plus games. I got to the Super Bowl and almost won the Super Bowl. Then I also made the playoffs all 3 seasons I was coaching. I'm not telling you who the person is, but would you fire that person?
If you're in Philadelphia, you get fired. You got rid of Andy Reid, who was a Super Bowl winning coach. You got rid of quarterbacks who was top winning Super Bowl appearances. So if you're in Philadelphia, thank you, you would be fired. That's not good enough.
I mean, can I jump in here? 17 non-losing seasons, and they've been trying to fire a boy for 12 of them. He got them a Super Bowl. They don't know what it's like to lose in Pittsburgh, and they want to fire him. The difference between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia is Philadelphia has the balls to fire them and make the wrong decision.
No, but let's go back to that real quickly. You know, you guys were, harping on me a couple weeks ago when I said Mike Tomlin has yet to beat a team under 500, a losing team. And did he? No, he didn't. He lost. He lost that week after. And the thing is with Tomlin, it's up and down, up and down, up and down. And thankfully, he plays in the division that has been weak for how many years? Okay. Mm-hmm. The only team that was ever competition was Baltimore. That's it. Cincinnati and Cleveland, where were they? I mean, 10 years ago, they were losers. Those were guaranteed wins. That's 4 wins guaranteed. All you had to do was show up in Cincinnati and Cleveland and then have those 2 teams come in. They were wins. And the thing with Tomlin, I love him. I love that dexterity. I love that toughness. But he does some of the dumbest stuff, and that drives the Pittsburgh fans insane. I mean, to keep Canada for as long as he did and everything else, I mean, sooner or later, you got to cut your losses. I mean, if Sirianni is not the guy, he's not the guy. I mean, maybe he's burned out. We don't know. Vermeil was burned out, and he left Philadelphia, and he had winning seasons. So, you know, I don't want to take up more time because we all want to talk, but it's just frustrating. As a fan, it's frustrating to see a team just not show up. And I fault the coach for that. I really do.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, Mike, let me slide in. Let me slide in real quick. You know what it reminds me of? Or well, it's the opposite of kind of is Green Bay Packers draft 8 defensive players in the first round. At least the Eagles are still drafting needed players. But I think you're right. I think that pressure is getting to Sirianni, and he's just like, I'm burnt. I can't. You get me what I need. I know I got the best on paper, but I just can't do it.
There it is. Well, you hear the frustration of Eagles fans, and you hear a little bit of frustration of just an NFL fan. Because it sounds like if you want a great NFL, you need the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys and the Niners to all be at that level. 2 out of the 3 are at that level. But we'll see in less than a couple days. And we'll be back right after this. Thank you for tuning into Epic Perspective, the NFL Playoffs Roundtable Edition, where we gave our epic perspective in an imperfect world. If you have any questions, thoughts, or concerns, email us at @SkyBoxx at gmail.com. I got my guy Mamba. I got my guy DARREL T. I got Coach Twilight. And I got ZACK. Until next time, you already know what we do. Now, the NFL, you already know what y'all got to do for us avid fans. You know what you got to do. Now let's make this happen.
There we go.
Bye, Pete. Bye, Vrabel. Bye, Belichick. Bye, Staley. Hope to see you guys on other teams.
Bye, Sirianni.
I'll see you when there's only one NFC East left.
Let's make this epic.